Hey YouTubers, I was making a video for my company who has this board, and I wanted to go a little deeper into my experience with it. But I explain it like this, if anybody's not familiar with it or how it works. But if you see here, you got the LS9. This is a 32 channel LS9. It's got two bricks of 16, if you can imagine it that way. Down here, I have two card slots, and these are called Dugan My 16s. And it's no accident. One card slot can control 16 channels, and same with the other one. For what my company is using it for, we're using 32 different microphones, all live, active at the same time. And so what we've done is we've taken the first brick of 16, and we've matched it to one slot, and the second set of 16 channels to the other slot. So we have slot 1, slot 2, and it's very important to know that these are connected with fiber optics, in, out, that kind of thing, just the opposite, reciprocal, however you want to say that. But they are both switched to link on this toggle switch, and one of them is switched to master, one of them to slave, and that's really important. Otherwise, they will not work properly. If you use the Java window that Dugan Sound or Dan Dugan Sound Design offers for PC, you'll see that they're switched in there, and you can't change it in the software. You have to change it back here. So with that said, go around to the front. If you've never used it before, I'm just going to pretend that you haven't, and so I'm going to start from there. But if you select one of your channels, we're going to select channel 1, for instance. Go to your insert, and here it's highlighted, and I'm just going to hit that button with the enter button. You'll see here that what you're looking at is, because I selected channel 1, it's highlighting channel 1, but it's also in slot 1, slot 1, And to get really simple, basically, these are in pages of 8. So if I go to channel 9, it's going to show 9 through 16. If I go to channel 17, 17 through 24, and 25 through 32. So that's how I jump around from page to page if I need to get somewhere. But going back to channel 1, if you'll notice, if you've never used these before, the cards work like a tip ring sleeve in a digital form, and so this is your in, this is your out, just like tip ring sleeve would work on an analog board. And so these only work, the Dugan cards, they're only meant to be used post-fade. And so if you have them set in pre-fader or pre-EQ, they will not work. Obviously, you make sure they're on. If you unselect this, it's just the same as taking it out of the board. So that's nice. But one really important factor to consider is whatever's on top needs to be on bottom. So if that says slot 1 and that says slot 1, that needs to be on the same on both sides. Otherwise, it's not going to function the way it should. But just like I said, going through different channels, make sure they all say the same on the top, same on the bottom. When you get to number 17, you'll notice that you're back at 1, but you're at slot 2, and so I don't know how else to make it easier to explain, but you're in a second set of Dugan cards, if you will. And so if you go to channel 22, for instance, we're in the second block, we're in the second slot, and we're 6 channels into that second slot. And so that's why on channel 2 you'll see it's slot 2-6. For people who have used the board before and they've changed head amps, and what I mean is like you can go in here and you can move this one to here and that one to here. I was given a bunch of microphones that were numbered in a specific order, but they weren't patched in the right order. And so what I did, just out of convenience more or less than trying to hunt down the cables, is I just changed the head amps to fit the order of microphones I was given. And so it just so happened that these two were switched and those two were switched, and so I just made some head amp arrangements up here, and I just moved that around. What I didn't know was when you go back into the insert page, those head amps get switched as well, or not the head amps, but the slots and the cables get switched. And when you change your head amps back, they don't always go in the right direction. And so I know I'm making this really complicated, but if you ever change your head amp location in your channels, be sure to check your inserts. And I don't know if that's just a Dugan thing. It may just be a board thing, because when I go to different channels, I think I had to do a system recall in order to get it right. And thankfully, I'd saved my show, and it didn't bother me. It didn't mess me up too much because, but I didn't know about it, and certain things were out of place, and so what looked to be like 26 on here was actually 19 on the Java page on my Dugan Java page on my PC. And so what I was looking at coming up on the green here was not the same that was coming up on my PC. And so just to summarize, the slots can get switched around if you move your head amps and then you try to move them back. I would suggest moving them and then doing a memory scene, doing a recall of that preset. And so that will save you some headaches that I've gone through. But just comment or shoot me an email. I use the Dugan cards every day for what we do, and it's pretty simple, but just keep rocking, and hopefully this helps somebody out there who's new to the Dugan world of auto mixers, which I can't thank Dan enough for creating, because it makes my job a lot easier. So, all right, YouTubers, have a great day.